It's not just that. It's just that sometimes you need to do things which you don't like. Maybe just, sit around with someone you don't want to sit around with, For me, I'm considered to be a very difficult person in my industry. They just say, oh, she's so difficult, usko mat lo, But I always feel like, how am I difficult? Like, maybe because I don't have that patience, like I should do something on my own. So it was just this year when I actually thought, I'm going to start my own channel, I'm going to do stuff on my own. And that's when, kismat, luck, ye quarantine shuru ho gayi. The moment I planned my next 6 months, all my content, everything was ready. I made a very good team and I was like, next 6 months you guys do as I say. And I was all set. Yeah. And I told my husband, my mother that, this year I'm going to create some stuff. And that's when March comes and I am locked in. So, as I was saying, sometimes I feel like, mere kismat hi buri hai. Sometimes I just feel like everything is there and then something goes wrong. But again,
I would say it's the opposite, no? As in, like, you made up your mind, right? Like, you prepared to do your own content, and now you have the greatest opportunity of all time. Everyone's stuck at home. This is the greatest time ever to like create content online, right?
I was just sharing her project on Facebook, and I was telling my husband, I was like, you know what? Kal ko meri episode hai with Chejuti Shah. I'm so excited. And then I was like, by the way, is Bill Gates free? Can I do an episode? And I was like, and then my husband was like, now you're like, ab zyada ur rahi ho, niche aao. I was like, you never know, so I'm just...
never know.
Yeah.
You should always ask. You never know.
So, and I actually told him, I was like, we should, just send him an email. You never know. But what I'm trying to say is, yes, this is the best time. But yeah, initially, now I'm taking it positively. But initially I was like, ye kya ho gaya? I've spent so much. I made these productions, episodes. And now suddenly everything is locked down. My editor went back to his villages and everyone is back to their gao and...
Don't edit, just post stuff. Don't wait. Don't wait. You have this posted tomorrow. Don't worry about the edit. If you can do like a dirty edit on your phone, do it. You don't have to make it look nice. Like put it up in pieces. Put it up like, oh, episode 1 is like whatever is like me talking to this guy about how he said like if you want to be controversial, open with me saying right? Open with like make it controversial. Who cares, right? Like hey, I'm Sonia and I found a complete nut job in Hollywood. Here, like, go 10 minutes and then do another one. Like if you thought this guy is crazy now, wait till what he says next. Do another 10 minutes, right? Like so then you don't have to edit. All I'm saying is don't wait for anyone, right? Like if you have content, start posting, because what a lot of people are doing is like they're waiting and the quarantine will be over. It'll be over and they will have missed their opportunity. I'm not kidding. Like if the quarantine ends in 3 weeks and you haven't posted your episodes, you're screwed. Like it's over, that opportunity is gone. You're much better taking like an awful edit of something, or an unedited, dirty version of something and putting up 10 minutes. I watch like late night talk shows. Like here you have Stephen Colbert, you have Conan O'Brien, things like that. The second they announced they're going on air on March 30th, guess what I did? I stayed up immediately. I said, I can't wait to see how they're going to do this. And they've been doing their shows through like Skype. That's it. Just through... Yeah, they talk into their phone or their laptop, like raw sound, and like Stephen Colbert's dog will like come into frame and screw everything up, and he doesn't edit it out. He says go. Conan, like at least Stephen Colbert got like a nice camera, whatever. He got a satellite truck the CBS sent to his backyard. Conan O'Brien, go watch like their episodes. He's just doing it from like off his laptop. It's crazy. And they have problems and like the edit's really dirty and like, it's not good, but it's amazing to watch, because they're at the top of the top and they're doing it through their laptops. So don't be afraid yourself. Main thing is just post. Don't wait. It'll be over. I beg you. Don't miss out.
I still remember like few of the Bangladeshi directors, they know her very well, and they even knocked me on my message, and I felt the pressure. I was like, why am I getting this message? And they were like, Sonia, so when are we going to see Sharbari's episode? We just want to see how you did it. Are you going to upload it today? I was like, yeah, soon. And I was like, shoot.
Yeah. Do it tonight. Do it today. Get some sleep and then do it. Don't wait a minute, don't worry about it looking
I
good.
remember the one I made which says stay at home. I took so long. I took 14 days to make a 3 minutes video. And then my husband was saying the same thing. He was like, listen, you're asking people to stay home. By that time, the government is going to say go back to work. And you're going to say stay home. And it's going to clash. Like,
Yeah. Consider your competition. Your competition is all these younger people. You know what these younger people do? They shoot on their phone. They edit on their phone, they color correct it on their phone, and they post it within 1 hour. They're crazy. That's your competition.
right. So, mental health issues. So, what happened 2 years back? What happened to 3 years back?
Yeah, so about 3 years ago, I was suffering from a lot of back pain. I have a slip disc in my lower back. I was going to do a big action movie in Bombay, which ended up not happening. And while training for that, I was told to like put on muscle and all that nonsense, right? And I slipped a disc. That's an old story. Cut to 3 years ago. I'm very busy. I'm shooting an indie film in New York. It's pilot season. I come back to. I'm working on like. I would take ibuprofen, a painkiller, like 3 times a day just to get through the day, because I was shooting. You have to work through, right? And my back was killing me. And I was overwhelmed. I came back. I was doing pilot season auditions. I was doing 3 auditions per day, which is like 10 pages each, right? And I was, I was at an audition callback, and something started happening to me. I just started getting like dizzy, and my palms are sweating, and I fell to the floor, and I was like, I don't know what's happening to me. My friend ran over. My friend happened to be at the audition. He ran over and he said, you don't look good. And I said, okay, yeah, can you go downstairs and get me some M&Ms? I think I need sugar, right? And he's like, okay. Well, he went and got me. I had just had breakfast. I was fine, and then another friend ran over and he's like, hey, I think you're having a panic attack. And I was like, what's that? He's like, it's anxiety. I'm like, no, I don't have those things. Like, I don't get nervous really. I've been acting for years. I'm fine. Drink this Coca-Cola, have these M&Ms, I'll be okay. And it didn't help me. I tried to get up, go back into the room, and like, this is a callback. So like the director and all these people, they're like waiting for me, right? I go in and I get dizzy again. And I run out of the room. And the casting director comes to me, and she's a very big casting director. She said, hey, these people really like you. They know you from before. They weren't able to cast you before. Just find a way and go back in. And I was like, oh shit. Okay, fuck. How do I do this? Right? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, okay. My friend is like, you're having a panic attack. I'm like, nope. I don't know what that is. Like, I try to get up, and do it. And I fall to the ground and I pass out. So that was a whole incident that happened that, my mom had to come in. My mom lived in LA at that point. I waited to the absolute last minute because I didn't want her to panic. Finally, when nothing else was working, I called her. She came and got me, took me to the doctor. For 1 month, they did all kinds of testing on me. They said your heart's fine, your brain's fine. And then finally, my primary care physician said, hey, stupid, you have anxiety. And then I finally had to acknowledge mental health. And then I had to go and live with my mom. I was dizzy for a month at least. I was just dizzy all the time. I couldn't drive, couldn't work. I just had to stay at home. Doctor said, do nothing, wake up, eat, walk, watch something fun. Don't watch the news. Like Trump was happening, all that stuff, right? He said, nothing that brings stress to your life is allowed. Just be a human being that does nothing and see nature. Nature helps, right? So that journey of me being with my mom, and again, like both my mom and I don't have knowledge about mental health at that point in time, right? So doctor gave me some like pills for anxiety. So I was like, oh, I think I have to take these. And my mom was like, no, 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 don't do that. That's for like crazy white people. you know? So I started laughing, right? And I'm like, that's really funny. And then the journey of me learning what mental health was really funny for me because like white people that I knew were like, yeah, what's the big deal? It's just anxiety. You take Xanax, like you go to therapy, you'll be okay. And all my like brown friends or like Asian friends were like, oh yeah, like we don't talk about mental health. It's such a like taboo subject. Um, and one of my friends, well, this was 3 years ago. This is 3 years ago. Um, yeah, like I asked my like Indian friends, South Asian friends, Latino friends, and they all said the same thing. They said their parents never talked about mental health, and it's not acknowledged, right? But my white friends said, yeah, of course I know about anxiety and depression and these things, right? I'm like, that's really funny to me. So I started writing comedy around it. I started writing a show about an Indian guy who lives in New York. Not me, but like, his name is Ajay, like, and how he has a panic attack and then how his life changes after that, how he has to go and live with his mom in Queens. His life changes completely. Um, and yeah, that's the journey of me kind of understanding mental health. And I wrote that pilot. That's called Be Strong. And it's called Be Strong because we were always told as kids when something went wrong to be strong instead of acknowledging what's happening.
So for Be Strong, so is it so that's where it comes from. So is it what did you plan to make it? Is it like a web series or is it like a series or a film? What is it going to be like?
No, it'll be a series. I'm in discussions with a couple of networks here, pitching it to them. So whoever, hopefully, whoever lets me make it the way I want to make it, right? I'll make a deal with that studio, that production house. Main thing is getting to make it the way I want to make it and not the way, a studio exec wants to make it.
Do you plan to direct it as well, or
No, I've never directed. I think I'll direct later in life, maybe in a few years, but not yet. I'm still a fairly new writer. I've only been writing for a couple of years, and um, like in terms of being like a real paid writer, like Sharbury, right? Like I'm just in that process in the first 6 months of it. So it'll take me time. I want to get better at writing, and then we'll see. Like as long as I can be the main like voice of writing behind the show, I'll make it with whoever.
the two last questions that I have for you. So one is, do you plan to make a script at some point of your life where you will have Bangladeshi community as well?
I don't know what I'm saying. Look, here's what I'm saying. You know what? I'm going to say it over here. Okay. If you can take away one simple thing, it's don't complain, embrace change. Okay. If the attention span of people, it doesn't suit yours and people only watch things for 5 minutes, make it for fucking 5 minutes. Just embrace change. Stop complaining, work hard, work 15 hours a day, embrace change and do things. Don't sit there and eat samosa all day and watch Netflix. Do the things you want to do, okay? No one's gonna do anything for you. You have to do it yourself. Embrace change. Okay, I'm done.
This is really good. Oh God, what makes a story a good story to you? For screen, for a movie,
Yeah, that's a great question. Wow, that's a great question. I think a good story is something that I haven't seen before, right? I think this is just me personally, right? A lot of people are big fans of seeing the same story over and over and over. I'm not. I want to see something new. I want to see that story about a woman in Dhaka who's 35 and is married. And she goes out and I don't know, saves a whole community of people in Bangladesh that are suffering from COVID-19. I don't know, right? Like something new is interesting to me. something that doesn't fall into the old patterns of storytelling is interesting to me, right? Like, if you tell me a story where you're doing things that are different, I'm gonna watch. That's interesting to me. If you tell me a story from your perspective, because I don't know your perspective, that's interesting. That's what I look to watch. Things that I haven't seen before.
Something new.
Also, something new, but with the structure of good writing. Like, if it's half-hour comedy, 3 act structure maybe, right? Like, if it's a feature film, sure, 3 act structure. I will admit one thing: my attention span is also going down. It really is, and I'm keen on watching things that are shorter now. I'm watching less movies. I'm watching more half-hour shows, streaming. Yeah.
Do you like short movies? Like, I sometimes watch these 5 to 10 minute short movies, the Indian ones, or like, I don't know. Yeah, mostly the Indian ones. They're pretty nice.
Oh, short films?
Yeah, short films. They're so good.
I hate short films.
Why
I
not?
hate short
Why? I thought you like short.
No, short form content, as in like a 20-minute episode on Amazon, where like I'm done with it. Like, I don't know what was fun. Family Man. I watched Family Man on Amazon, right? That was fun. Like, I'm done in a half an hour. I can move on and, go and write or play with the dog, whatever. I'm done quicker, right? Attention span's definitely going in all of us.
So for you, so the two things that you've mentioned, what makes a story a good story to you is, like, of course, it should be short and also something new.
Something new. Yeah. I'm so like bored of watching like white people fall in love. I want to watch you and your husband fall in love in Dhaka. It's different, it's I want new things. I want different things.
Yeah. All right. On that note, I had a great time. I just want you to say, like, share your thoughts with me. I know I have been torturing you for the last 2 hours, but how do you feel? How was it? And I cannot thank you enough for giving me this time and giving me this spirit and this positive energy and these words of wisdom and these experiences that you had. It gives me this spirit that I shouldn't complain and just do my thing, do my shit, do my thing. Yeah, do my thing. Beat that out.
Yeah. Like when I learned the concept of not complaining, I put it on my wall. Like, I just I literally took the word complain, I threw it on my wall where I work, where I write, and I put an X around the word complain, and I left it there. So yeah, no, look, this was amazing. Thank you for having me. I'm grateful to you. I hope you keep making amazing content. I hope you don't wait and just post things. And keep doing amazing things. You're cool. Keep doing awesome things.
Thank you so much, Aseem. Thank you so much. I'll speak to you soon.
So this is what I have finally learned from my friend Aseem Tiwari. That's right, the moment is right now. Do not wait and follow your dreams. Until next time, bye-bye.